What's up guys, Daniel Ndukwu here once again, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to use surveys and questionnaires to grow your business. More importantly, understanding how to use them to grow your business. Now, I'm not talking about the surveys that you'll take on like dollar survey or whatever the case may be and earn about 50 cents for 100 surveys. I'm talking about sending out surveys to your audience members or customers to understand their wants, needs, and how they perceive your brand in order to make informed decisions. Now, if you're interested in growing your business, affiliate marketing, all that good stuff, I suggest you subscribe to the channel and like this video. Now let's get to the meat of the matter. Now, first and foremost, what is a questionnaire? Now, a questionnaire is a research instrument made up of a series of questions that can be either closed-ended or open-ended with the goal of gathering relevant data from respondents, which can then be used for a variety of purposes. Now, questionnaires and surveys have long been used interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. A questionnaire itself is just something that you use to collect data, and that's it. While a survey incorporates a questionnaire to collect data, but then you go on to do further statistical analysis. So for the rest of this video, I'll be talking about surveys because that's what's important in business. You can collect data on individuals, but it doesn't become useful until you have a statistically significant amount of data and you can draw conclusions from it. Now, there are so many different types of surveys that you can use, and it's important to understand your goal. Before you send out a survey, what are you doing? Are you doing product research? Are you doing brand research? Are you doing market research? What questions do you seek to answer? Once you figure out the questions that you want to answer, then you can create a survey that helps you get the right insights. You don't just wake up in the morning and say, I want to send out a survey to 10,000 people. Let's see what happens. It doesn't work like that. And there are different types of surveys you can use for specific purposes, which I'll go over now. One kind of survey is the brand awareness survey. Now, this survey is really useful when you're actively marketing, you're actively running ads, you're really trying to build demand for your product, services, or even your category, and you're trying to figure out how well that stuff is working. So you'll send out a brand awareness survey. So if your brand awareness is improving over time, you know that your demand generation, your marketing is really having an effect. If it's not moving the needle, maybe you need to change tactics. Now, an NPS survey, also known as a Net Promoter Score survey, is a gauge of the loyalty of your customers, your audience members. It's a simple question. How likely are you to recommend either our company or our product to a friend, a colleague, a family member? Whatever the kind of product is will determine who they're going to recommend it to. And if you have a high score, then your customers are loyal. If you have a low score, then your customers are not loyal. The thing is that the NPS survey is sent out multiple times so that you can gauge how that score is growing over time. Your first score almost means nothing, but that's by the way. Now, one of the most popular types of surveys are the customer satisfaction surveys, and there are so many different types. In general, it's used to understand how satisfied a customer is, but there are so many different types of customer satisfaction, right? So NPS is actually a type of customer satisfaction survey, because if a customer is satisfied with your products and services, then they'll be much more likely to recommend you to their friends, family, colleagues, whatever the case may be. The really important thing about customer satisfaction surveys is they help you understand why people feel that way, why customers gave you the score they gave you or gave the answer they gave. And those insights can be used to create better products, deliver better service, or even find new markets. Now, a demographic survey or a demographic questionnaire can help you identify the different segments and groups in your audience as relates to age, gender, income, education, and things of that nature, so you can bucket them and you can create the right marketing collateral. For example, if you, off the top of your head, decided that everyone you're marketing to is 30 years old, and then you send out a demographic survey and realize that your target market is actually 55 years old, how do you think that'll affect your marketing? Off the top of my head, it'll affect the kind of language that you're using. It'll affect the kind of people you use in your advertisement, kind of graphics, the way you position your brand, whether it's a premium or a bargain brand. So many different things can be affected by demographic information alone. Then psychographic surveys. These kind of surveys help you understand the attitudes, beliefs, norms, and the reason why behind certain actions of people. And you can watch our video on psychographic segmentation to get a better understanding of what psychographics is. Now, post-event surveys, you've probably seen these before if you've been to maybe an online event, even something that you've gone to in person, like a workshop. They'll send out a survey after the fact and try and understand what they did right, what they did wrong, how they can improve, etc. So this is really, really powerful, and it can be a goldmine. You might think you crushed it, or you might think that you did horrible, and then the survey results give you the opposite information. So it can be really incredible for, optimizing events over time. So those are just some of these surveys that you can use to grow your brand. And remember, a questionnaire and a survey, they're slightly different. Survey is for research and analysis purpose, whereas questionnaires are for collecting data. Questionnaires are inside of surveys, but surveys may not always be part of a questionnaire. Alright, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and I will see you in the next one.